Hello YouTubers and fellow Whovians, and once again welcome to another Doctor Who DVD review. This time I shall be taking a look at Colony in Space, which starred Jon Pertwee as the Third Doctor. And this came in Doctor Who's 8th season, and Season 8 is a season which I absolutely love. There are some stories in that which I just completely adore. My favourite out of that is probably The Mind of Evil. Of course, this season featured Roger Delgado as the Master, and for long-time viewers of my channel, you will all know that Roger Delgado is personally my favourite Master out of them all. So without further ado, let's take a look at this DVD release of Colony in Space, which was the penultimate story of Season 8. On the front cover we have the robot miner thing, which you see in the story. The cover for this makes it a lot better than what it actually looks in the story, so kudos to the designer for this cover. And at the centre we have the Master in his special cloak, what he wears for a little bit in this story, and the Third Doctor there. And we've got like some meteors and comets in the background, and it's green. Yeah, that's all I've got to say really. It's just green. That's the spine, so it just says Colony in Space, and the bottom bit is like a lime green. Not a particular colour I'm fond of, I'm completely honest with you. But this story was written by Malcolm Hulke. You know, Malcolm Hulke has written some pretty good stories in his time as a writer for Doctor Who. Oh yeah, and there's some screen grabs of the story at the top as well. The Time Lords discover that the Master has stolen secret information about a device called the Doomsday Weapon, and realise they need the exiled Doctor's help. They send the TARDIS along with the Doctor and his assistant Jo Grant to the bleak planet Uxorius. Yeah, I've got trouble pronouncing that. I know they say it quite a few times. I've just had trouble pronouncing it when I talk about this story. This is in the middle of the 20th century, where all is not well. What is attacking the colonists, and can the Doctor stop his old enemy from finding a dangerous weapon before it is too late? Special features include commentary by actors Katy Manning, Bernard Kay and Maurice Perry, director Michael Bryant, script editor Terence Dix, and assistant floor manager Graham Harper. And of course Graham Harper went on to direct one of the greatest Doctor Who stories ever made, The Caves of Vandrazani, over 10 years later. This was moderated by Toby Haddock. IMC Needs You. Cast and crew look back at the making of this story with Katy Manning, Bernard Kay, Michael Bryant, Barry Letts, Terence Dix and Graham Harper. From the cutting room floor, an annotated selection of unused trims from the story's location and model filming. We also have Radio Times billings, programme subtitles, production information subtitles, a photo gallery, a coming soon trailer, and a digitally remastered picture and sound quality. This story was originally broadcast on BBC One between the 10th of April and the 15th of May 1971. It was produced by Barry Letts, directed by Michael E. Bryant. The incidental music for this was by the late Dudley Simpson, who unfortunately passed away very recently, so rest in peace Dudley Simpson. And the cover for this, which I quite like, is by Lee Binding, and the runtime is 146 minutes. This is 6 episodes long, so it's one of those stories. So there we have a nice picture of the Third Doctor there with some information about the story on the leaflet, and then if you just open the leaflet you've got more information about the special features that are in this, as well as a scene collection and all that malarkey. There's your disc, and that is the overall look for this DVD. So overall, what are my thoughts on this release? I think it's a good release. I think that the special features, they're good. It gives you an insight into how this story was made, and yeah, that's the special features. So overall, good special features. Not excellent, but they're pretty good. It's well worth watching the special features on this. The story itself, I don't think it's that bad of a story, but I'd say the first half of it is quite boring. It's definitely not a story which I go to revisit now and again. It's one of those. I mean, parts of it are good, but if you hold it up against a lot of the other Jon Pertwee stories that came out from this time, there are so many other episodes that were so much better than this. So I would actually go so far to say that Colony in Space is one of my least favourite Jon Pertwee stories. And that's pretty hard to say, because the Jon Pertwee era overall, it was a pretty damn good era. There was not many stories which I didn't personally like that much. I mean, other stories that spring to mind, I mean, the Ambassadors of Death, that was one which I thought went on too long. I'd say the same for this one. And there's quite a few stories from this era. They're like 6 episodes long. They go on for too long. It just lasts for too long. Sometimes it really works and it just goes by in a flash. I mean, stories like Inferno, that's 7 episodes long, which is just unbelievable, because Inferno is a brilliant story. If you haven't got that DVD, I highly recommend that. Either get the original or the special edition. A lot of people are getting the special edition these days. I've actually got the original. And Mind of Evil, that's 6 episodes long. That is another absolutely brilliant story. I think that Colony in Space is definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, my least favourite story out of Season 8. But it has some redeeming factors. I think that the Master in this is the best part out of this, as always. Roger Delgado, when he comes in halfway through the story, I think there's a lot more going on when he comes in, and it makes the story more interesting. When he's absent, before he turns up in the first 3 episodes, there's not really that much that happens, which is quite a shame, seeing as this is actually the first journey which the Third Doctor takes Jo Grant on in the TARDIS. This is actually the first time he is on an alien planet in his whole entire era, because every other story, more or less, has been on Earth until this point. So, yeah, mixed bag. The aliens in this are definitely not my favourite aliens. They're a bit crap, if I'm honest with you. And it's one of those stories, you just found a quarry and they filmed a lot of stuff on the quarry. But the best stuff is easily the stuff between the Third Doctor and the Master. Easily the best things about this story. But I think that it comes a bit too late. And I think that this story would have worked much better as a 4-parter instead of what we got, which was a 6-parter. So overall, that's my DVD review of Colony in Space. Thank you very much for watching this DVD review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, comment and share. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time. Cheerio.